Hey guys, how's everyone's day so far? It's Elisa, not Alyssa, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to say seems like, looks like, and sounds like in Italian. In Italian, seems like, looks like, and sounds like can all pretty much be expressed using the word sembra, at least in one of their meanings. Something very important to note is that there is no way to differentiate sounds like from any of the other phrases in Italian. It doesn't exist, you just have to live with it, it sucks, but you'll just have to get used to that. Okay, so let's get into some examples of how you can use sembra. For example, if you want to say something like, you look like a child, in Italian you would say, sembri una bambina. You can't directly say you look like, you're kind of saying you seem like a child, but that's just not the way we would express it in English, so you'll have to get used to using sembra more. Let's take another example. In English, if I say you seem tired, it means that from what I can tell from the way that you're acting, it kind of gives me the impression that you're tired, but I'm not 100% sure. Just the way that you're acting is making me feel that way. But if I say you look tired, it's because I'm looking at your face and I see bags under your eyes or you're yawning or whatever, and I have more certainty that you're tired. So I say you look tired. It's based only on how you look. So both of these sentences can be expressed by saying sembri stanco or sembri stanca. You seem tired. So if you're a native English speaker like I am, you don't necessarily think about these things when you say them, but there is a slight difference between you seem tired and you look tired. In Italian, we can't differentiate things in this way. You would just say sembri or you seem for both of those situations. And then if you want to specify and you want to say specifically like the way you're acting is making me think that you're tired, you would just say that. You would have to explain it further. There's no nice, concise way to express those sentences in the same way that you would in English. If I want to say, you look like your mother, I can say, sembri tua madre. But in English, we are only referring to physical characteristics. If I say you look like your mother, I'm referring to how you physically look. Whereas in Italian, I'm referring both to how you physically look and to your attitude and your habits and your behavior and stuff like that. So basically, sembra or sembrare means a lot of things. And if you want to be very specific about what you're referring to, as you can in English, then you would have to explain more in detail. You would have to just elongate your sentence and include more explanations to express what you want to say. Just remember, even though it's the same in English, that we use sembra or seems when we're less sure about something, and I'll give you an example in a second, or in a few minutes. First, let's move on to assomigli a, which translates literally to you resemble. So assomigliare and resemble are the equivalent verbs, but we tend to use looks like more in English because it's less formal. So obviously we say this when we want to say that somebody resembles somebody else physically. For example, saying you look like your mother in Italian would be assomigli a tua madre, but here we're only talking about physical characteristics. Whereas with seems, like sembri tua madre, we are kind of incorporating more meanings to that. We're talking about habits and attitudes and stuff like that. By the way, if you want to use that sentence, you can say assomigli proprio a tua madre, which is just emphasizing like you look exactly like your mom. So we use assomigli a when we are more sure about something. My example's coming in a minute, just keep waiting. So we can also make comparisons using the equivalent of you're like in English, which in Italian would be sei come. We use this when we want to make a comparison to someone else or something in terms of behavior. For example, you're like your mom would be sei come tua madre, but we mean this in terms of behavior only. Another example, so if you want to compare to a thing, like an animal, and you want to say something like, you're like a cat, which I'm told constantly by my mother, not to mention all the other creatures I'm compared to, but anyway. So you can say, you're like a cat. In English, you would, sorry, I'm dumb. In Italian, you would say, sei come un gatto. It's the same thing. You can use it in pretty much the same way. So maybe you share some behavioral characteristics with cats, or you know, people say you eat like a mouse or something like that. You're trying to say that you share some sort of characteristics with these animals or whatever you're comparing to. It means you're acting like a cat. So it's used in the same way in Italian. If you're talking about behavior, if you're talking about looks, then you would use sembri, and here's an example. So my friend Elisa gave me this example. For example, if you're really bundled up in a bunch of sweaters and stuff like that, you could say that she looks like a panda because she's like all bundled up and like cute and fat with like the sweaters and stuff. In this case, in Italian, you would say sembri un panda. By the way, just as a side note, Italian words that end with an A are typically feminine. In this case, it's an exception. It's un panda. Don't say una panda because I made that mistake and my boyfriend was laughing for like 3 days or something. So yeah, una panda is like a car or something. It's like a type of car. Anyway, just don't make that mistake. Okay, finally, we're at my freaking example. So this is an example to demonstrate when the certainty of your statement is important. So if I see a girl from far away and she looks like my friend Alessia, in Italian, you would say quella sembra Alessia. She's far away, you can't tell if it's her yet. I think in English we would just say, oh, is that her? It looks like that's her, or something like that. However, if she's sitting really close to me and I can clearly see that it's not my friend Alessia, but that she just really looks like her, I would say, quella ragazza assomiglia a Alessia. Like, she resembles her, basically. So this is my final example. This example is to show you how we can express two different things in English, but we can only express it in one way in Italian. So let's say I see a picture of a girl, and just based on her physical appearance and the way she looks and maybe her facial expression or whatever, I want to say she looks like a nice person. We say she looks like a nice person because it's based only on what we see. However, if I've had a brief conversation with her, or at least some experience with her, but I don't know her well enough to make an actual judgment on her character, I would say she seems like a nice person. Maybe I talked with her for 30 seconds and she was very nice, so I say she seems like a nice person. I don't know what kind of person she is because I haven't known her for very long. So she seems like a nice person based on the way she was acting. In Italian, unfortunately, there is no way to differentiate these two sentences. In both cases, you would say mi sembra una bella persona. As I said before, if you want to differentiate these two meanings, you would have to make your sentence longer and just give an extra explanation and give more information. For example, if we're taking the example of looking at someone's photo, you could say, da quello che vedo mi sembra una bella persona. Or, da quello che ho visto mi sembra una bella persona. So in English that would be, from what I can see, she looks like a nice person. Or, from what I saw, she looks like a nice person. That would be the direct translation, so you just have to give a bit more information. I hope that gives you a better idea of how this works. One of the most important things to remember is that there's no way to say sounds like in Italian. And if you want to specify that, you're going to have to explain by making your sentence longer. So that's all for today. I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, leave me a big thumbs up to show your support for my channel. And leave me a comment letting me know if you've ever found yourself stuck not knowing how to say these, or have been corrected by someone because you made a mistake, or if you find it difficult, or anything else you want to tell me. Leave me a comment because I respond to pretty much every single comment I get, and I love interacting with you guys. If you're new here and you want to subscribe to my channel, I would be super happy. You can expect videos on learning Italian. I also do videos on learning English, and in future I'll have videos on culture and other random stuff. So if you want to keep up to date with what's happening here, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. And that's it. It's time for me to go. So thanks so much for watching. And oh, I almost forgot, if you guys want private lessons with me, I'm gonna leave my email in the description box. You can send me an email and we can schedule a private lesson. Okay, that's it. So it's time for me to go now. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Why don't I breathe when I talk? Like, I just talk and talk and talk until there's no breath left, and then all of a sudden I'm suffocating. Anyway.